Okay, good afternoon. The National Stock Car Racing Appeals Panel met here today to hear the penalty appeal from the number 20 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series team at Joe Gibbs Racing. The panel consisted of Dennis McGlynn, who is the President and CEO at Dover International Speedway, Jack Housby, former motorsports team owner and is now with Housby Trucking, and Mark Arute, GM and COO at Stafford Speedway. Panel heard from both sides, and based upon these discussions, the panel has amended the original penalties that were assessed by NASCAR on April 24 of this year. Crew Chief Jason Ratcliffe, his fine will remain at $200,000. His suspension has been reduced to one championship points event. In addition, he will now be on probation following his reinstatement for the completion of the next 3 championship points events. Car owner Joe Gibbs, the loss of championship car owner points has been reduced to 12. The other components of his particular penalty have been rescinded. Driver Matt Kenseth, loss of championship driver points has been reduced to 12. Other components of his particular penalty have been rescinded. The manufacturer, the loss of manufacturer points has been increased to 7. This time I'd like to read a statement that you can attribute to me. Our sport has a due process system in place that has served the sport very well for more than 65 years. And that due process resulted in this decision here today. While we are disappointed in today's outcome, we stand firmly behind our inspection process. The inspection of engines and engine parts and pieces has always been regarded as the holy grail throughout the industry, that along with fuel and tires. And in violations such as these, we have no other recourse in the reinforcement process than to penalize the team owner and team members. That's how our system works. The responsibility of such infractions fall on their shoulders. Our intensity and approach to inspecting engines will not change. We take this ruling and we move on to Darlington. Thank you. This time I'll call on team owner Joe Gibbs. Coach.
Well, I just have a statement here. You know, this has been a tough week for everyone. And certainly no one wanted this to happen, and we're committed to make sure that it never happens in the future. I want to emphasize, after going through this process, we have great respect for our sport, and in particular, NASCAR. All of us at Joe Gibbs Racing are committed to being good partners, and we want to race with NASCAR forever. We're going to work extremely hard with TRD to make sure that this never happens again. And right now, we just want to get back to racing.
Do you, you were hoping for some reprieve. Does this help your organization a lot, especially the team owner points?
Well, I just think it does help. I think that we accept the penalties the way they are, and we're not going to appeal anything. We're ready to go, and we want to go back to racing.
Coach,
we want to put this behind us.
Who's going to fill in for Jason?
I think we got a process that we kind of got worked out, but there's nothing I want to announce today.
Can you tell us the basis of your appeal, what you said to them? Was it as
No,
much as...
I don't think I want to get into any of that. I just think this has been tough for everyone. No one wanted to go through this, and so we're just at this point we're happy to just get it behind us. Want to get back to racing at Darlington and get going again. So I'm not going to go any farther than that.
Are you relieved at this stage?
I think all of us are glad to get the process over with so we can get back to racing and get focused again.
Coach, do you feel that Toyota has corrected their system in such a way that this should not happen again?
We have really address that heavily. And I think, we're confident. I think this is going to probably change several things that Toyota was doing, the way they're doing them, and I think it'll be good for us going forward in the future. And it was a heavy emphasis for them. They accepted this, as being something that failed in the system, and they're committed to fixing the system. We can't have this.
Are you going to pay Jason's fine for it?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into any of that right now. All right?
Thank
y'all.
you. Thank you.
Thanks, Trip.
Sure. Do my best.
Candidates win counts?
Yeah, everything in the penalty for the driver, other than the championship points now, has been reduced from 50 to 12, and everything else in the penalty has been rescinded.
Just not knowing the system specifically, can you guys appeal to John Middlebrooke?
No, we cannot. That's not part of the system. The team members, or the members, NASCAR member has that two-tier opportunity, as we've discussed over here the last couple of weeks, and that's how the system works. And opportunity for the team to take it to another level, but not NASCAR.
Do you happen to know where this returns Kansas to in the point standings now?
I haven't had a chance to look at that yet, but obviously it'll give him 38 more points than he currently has.
Why is it that NASCAR released a statement today and not in the earlier one? NASCAR feeling very strongly that they wanted to say something here?
I think so. I think there's no doubt about it, Claire, and I think it's a fair question. Certainly, we all have jobs to do, and we think that in the industry and in the garage area, our inspection process is very, very important, and we believe in it. And it's done an excellent job over the years, and will continue to do that. And we also feel very strongly that the inspection of engines is very, very important and very high profile. And we take that very seriously too. And this is not going to alter how we inspect our engines. It's not.
Well, is it going to alter how you're going to fine or penalize people in the future?
Bob, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think we believe in our enforcement process. As I mentioned to you yesterday, we have to regulate the sport, and we have to have some teeth behind it when we regulate the sport. It's not an easy job.
Are you worried these last 2 days takes away some of those teeth?
No, we don't. No, I'm not. I'm not worried about it at all. It's like I said, there's ebbs and flows in the sport, and this is the process that we have in place. You're not going to agree with everything. Not going to agree with everything, and today is one that we disagree with. And I don't know how I can put it any more clear than that.
Well, I mean, why would you keep on penalizing people if it would just keep getting reduced by the appeals panel or Middlebrooke?
Because we feel like that when we write a penalty and write a rules violation, there needs to be something behind it. And I think that over the years, that's proven to be the case, and it's worked. And we're going to continue to look at violations as they come, and be objective about them, and make the best possible rulings that we can.
Kerry, you talk about you've got a rule as the rule book states.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, obviously it's clear. This piece was underweight, and it went against the rule book.
The piece was too light, correct.
But obviously they get a lot of things turned back. They talked about, beforehand about arguing against the severity,
Mm-hmm.
and it was not their intent.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like intent is now being brought into this. I know Robin talked about Richmond.
Mm-hmm.
That's something you guys didn't get into or didn't want to get into. In light of something like this, is the issue of intent going to have to be addressed down the road by you guys?
Dustin, I don't see how it can be, because we cannot sit back and speculate on intention or something being unintentional. We have to regulate it based upon whether it was right or whether it was wrong. And certainly, as Coach Gibbs alluded to, it was a mistake on the part of the engine builder. And in our system, our only recourse is to reinforce this and penalize the team owner or team members.
I guess the question is then, and maybe it's too simplistic, but if I get caught with something, I can say, oh, it's a mistake, I didn't mean to. I mean,
No,
that's why I wonder.
We do not look at the intent as being the overriding factor. We look is it within the rule book or is it not within the rule book? And that's how we're going to stay.
Is this the first time in the history of the sport that a manufacturer of a product has been penalized?
That's my that's my understanding. It's happened before, but it's been quite a while. Quite a while.
Okay, and their point, they received an additional 2 points
Correct.
against them.
Correct, and that's in the manufacturer standings between the three manufacturers.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Gary.
And we'll have